Hey guys, Justin and JJ from Ron's Equipment here today. We're going to show you how to put the belly mower, the 2326 Massey Ferguson drive over belly mower onto the GC 1723E tractor we have. Just a little bit about the mower. We got it out here in the open so you can kind of take a look at it. It does have the gauge wheels. There are grease zerks on all four of them. That is how you set your, if you are going to finish mow, that is going to be how you're going to set your mowing height. As you can see here, you've got all the different height settings. They do list out a chart for you as well. It is in the book that comes with the mower, so you have it in both places there, because that will wear over time, you know, everything on top of it, that sticker will disappear. So if you look here too, there is some grease zerks. So you'll have one over here, one over there, one over here, one over there. And then you've got two on your drive shaft. You've got one here. I'll squeeze through, and another one right there. So on all the moving parts here, on all the pulleys, they make them easy, simple to get to, so you can keep this thing greased. And like I said, they're on all four of the wheels, and then there's two on the swivel up front. These stay straight and back here. The front ones do swivel. And then you've got your gearbox here. So it is PTO driven off the mid PTO, which we will hook up. And then that's got gear oil in it. And then it's belt driven from there. So a little bit here, these pieces here from the factory, every now and then we have to adjust them. So I will show you guys when we get it on the tractor here. There is a jam nut here on each side, and then these ears do adjust depending on, sometimes from the factory, if you get them, they'll be a little crooked one way or the other. These ones are straight now. This one is adjusted, so we've done that. I will explain to you how that works though once we drive over it here in a second. So
generally you probably want to have your mower like on dirt or grass or something like that, because sometimes when you try to drive over them on concrete, they'll want to just kind of scoot along because they are on wheels. So see if Justin can get it just right to where it doesn't scoot. Look at that, like a professional.
it is also best to have the gauge wheels as low as you can possibly, or up, you know, as much as you possibly can, so the mower is as low as it can be to the ground. It's easier to drive over. We do put the tractor in four-wheel drive when we drive over it, just as a little extra grip. Getting over the drive here helps a little bit. So first things first, underneath your arms from the 3-point, these are tied in with the 3-point, so they will be raised up. That's also another thing, you need to have 3-point raised up when you drive over the mower, otherwise these will come into contact with something down here. So to get these pins in, these pins have a little roll pin in them here, which is nice, and a little slot. So you just put it over there and they stay open for you, so you can go over and get the other side, lower the 3-point down, and we're going to line up this with this pinhole down here to get them hooked up. We'll take the 3-point handle, lower the 3-point. These will fall down. We'll make sure our other one over there needs to go in the groove. All right, and then from there, every now and then you do have to roll the dick around a little bit. That one went in. And this one here, I may have to lower the arm down a little more. There it goes. So that is when the pin is fully in. The roll pin should come into contact with that ridge right there and out of the groove. So we're pinned up back there. Now we need to come to the front here. And this is best to do with the mower completely on level ground and flat here. No tilt back and forth. All the gauge wheels should be at the same height. This piece here needs to come up, and this is kind of hard to see, so I'll let JJ get in here. There is a groove right here, and this bar.
Hold on, I didn't get a very good.
That's fine.
View of that.
So this bar needs to come sit in this piece right here, and what we've done with this tie down bracket, you'll notice there's one on the other side. We have flipped it upside down so the owner will still have the tie down bracket. It gets in the way of this handle when you do put the mid-mount mower on. So we just flipped it upside down for now. We'll bring this up. This one fits centered in between here on each side. So you'll want it on the inside of this gray piece. That is what I was explaining a little before. If you get it it's not centered, you will have to loosen one side and turn one of the adjustments over there to center this back up. Once it's centered, you'll come up into this ridge here and see our pin is waiting to go in right there. That is latched in. So if you get this up here and the pin is one way or the other and it will not latch in, then you will have to run this whole bracket out or in to make that work right. And that's where you do the adjustment again. You loosen those jam nuts, and I like to, once it's centered, I like to turn, if I need to go out, I turn them each the same amount of turns as I need to go out until that pin will line up and lock in. So now we're hooked up front, we're hooked up back here. All we need to do is connect this drive line, and you may want to get it from the other side, JJ, so you can see. There is a mid PTO on this tractor.
Oh, dang, there's something in the way.
You want to trade me sides?
No, you're good now. I can get it.
So there's a mid PTO on this tractor. We removed, these two bolts are from the dust cover that's on it, so we removed the dust cover. You will collapse this drive line here, and then you will have to line up. That one went on pretty decent. Every now and then you do have to take and turn the shaft of the tractor, which to do that, you will put the gear selector up here, the yellow handle, you will put it up in the neutral position. So do not put it in the 2000, it will lock that into gear. So if it's in the neutral position here, you can turn the shaft of the tractor and line up that drive line. Once it's lined up, I know this might be kind of hard to see, but you will pull this collar back and go on until that collar clicks and snaps all the way forward. There should be, if that collar is back at all, then it is not on. So I always try to pull on it, make sure it's locked in so it doesn't come off, because if this drive line does come off, you've got your hydraulic oil filter over here, it will run into all the parts and pieces under here. It'd be a pretty costly fix for you. So make sure that thing's on. This one it's locked into the groove. To get the drive line to come off, you'll pull back on the collar, same thing, and then it slides off. Just like that. So we've got this one, we'll put it on. That is on there. Once you got everything hooked up, what I like to do is we'll fire the tractor up here. The 3-point is what's going to raise the mower. So when you pull back here, that's going to raise the drive over the mower up. Push it down, it's going to lower it. That's on our gauge wheels. You want to come over here? I forgot to touch on this. The very first thing, when you do raise your 3-point up before you drive over the mower, raise your 3-point all the way up, and if it is over here locked, this little arrow pointing towards the lock, those arms will not fall down when you lower the 3-point. So what you'll want to do is raise your 3-point all the way up, turn this all the way to the lowest position they'll go, and that's how you'll get the mower hooked up. And I forgot to touch on that the first part of the video there. So you will have to have it on the arrow down here, and that's the lowest those arms will travel, which will lower the mower all the way to the gauge wheels on the ground. If you do want a rough cut and not run on the gauge wheels, if you have some uneven terrain or anything, you kind of want a rough cut first. What we like to do, raise the mower all the way up, and then you can turn it to 3, 4. Any of these is a stop position. So when you lower the mower, it will lower it down to the stop, and the gauge wheels are not on the ground. The mower is free. So that is your rough cut mow. And you can pick a few different heights there. What I like to do, if you look right here, we measure just from the back, from the ground up to this deck right here on each side. Sometimes from the factory, these little links here, they aren't level, these arms, and so the deck won't be level. So what we like to do is we'll measure one side, measure the other, see the difference between the two, and then we will adjust these. So all you do is pull this pin out right here and pull this pin completely out, and I can show you. You just kind of have a little pressure against it here. I kind of lift the deck up. This adjusts, so you can run this in or run it out to either raise or lower the mower to get your level. We've already leveled this one. They usually come pretty close from the factory, but we have had to level them before, so that's just what we like to do there. But that'll get you your nice level. That way, if you do rough cut ever, it's level there, and then once you want to mow on the gauge wheels, your gauge wheels, you pin up however you want on the chart depending on your height, and then you're level there. So that's how to hook up the mower. And then for removal, you're the exact same in reverse.
And then to turn on the mower?
To turn on the mower, so what we'll do here, might get a little noisy, we'll fire it back up. Turn on the mower, you will engage the mid PTO, so that is the neutral position like we talked about. That is in gear, so it doesn't turn anything on, it just tells the handle that does turn the PTO on what one it's turning on. So we want the mid 2000 spline for the mower. We'll shift it into gear there. So to start this mower, we're going to come right here, and then we're going to turn it on like that. So you'll hear the mower running. You'll run this thing at the PTO speed up here. That's gonna be where you want to run your mower, and that's going to be where it's going to cut best. I always like to engage the mower at an idle, just a little easier on parts and everything else. So to kill the mower, you just got to pull this back into neutral, and then pull it all the way back, and that's completely off, and that sets your mower back off.
There you have it, guys. How to hook up your belly mower and get it running. Thanks for watching.